There we go. We'll get one or two in here in a minute. Hey, Hammer, what's happening? Just messing around today, man. Ain't doing a whole lot. Well, there's Andy. What's going on, buddy? Hey, Terry, how we doing, man? Uh, yeah, it's been a time. We've been working on that daggum K10, and one spray gun started leaking everywhere. Put it up, grabbed another one. Cannot get it to spray right. Hey, Mike, how we doing? Can't get that one to spray right to save love no money. It just won't adjust. So I just went ahead and ordered one a while ago off Amazon. So we'll try that one when it gets here. Got a little more body work to do anyway. So yeah, it's actually kind of slow tonight. I figured there'd be two live chats, but there's not that I saw. So we'll sit here and bull jive for an hour or two, do something. And let's see what's happening anyway. Oh, yeah, I done that wrong. There it is. Hey, Jason, how we doing? Mm. Oh, okay. So anyway, that's what we've been doing, messing with that painted. We put sealer on that K10 cab yesterday, and I'll swear, boy, it had almost grape peel instead of orange peel. It had grape peel. It was terrible. But overnight, it laid down. It's just slick as glass out there today. So anyway, then I don't know what happened, but anyway, it'll be all right. We just say I ordered a new gun with him. R500s. I forget the name of it now. It's a low volume, low pressure gun. It's supposed to be a little better. Functional history indicate content creator cores. No, Hammer, I hadn't seen that. And we used a 1.4 nozzle for that sealer tip. That's all I had. Hey, hippie. And it was actually, man, it was almost like something was wrong chemically because the mess was drying, turning like into mud up inside the gun between the cup and the tip. It was just turning like the mud. It was, I forget now what the ratio was, 4-to-1 ratio with the activator and med hardener, whatever that stuff's called. Anyway, it was orange peel was terrible. Up with pressure, down with pressure, had all the paint flow we could get, and traded guns, and it didn't do no better. So it'll be all right. I mean, It ain't perfect, but it'll, well, backyard paint job. The sealer turned out okay. Well, hippie, that's what I was thinking, but I actually got to looking at the mixture that I mixed on it because I marked it on the can, on the mixing bucket. And I actually was a touch shy on the hardener. Thinking it might give us a little more working time, but I didn't know if I'd have went over on it. Good God Almighty, it was set up in the damn cup. So I don't know. Hey, so how we doing? So it's yeah, maybe this new gun will do a little better, I'm hoping. Yeah, orange peel does, it stands out, but hell, this is almost grape peel. Grapefruit peel. But it laid down. It did. It's just as slick as a piece of glass now. No, it's 70. It was 75 degrees yesterday. Sunny. No humidity, no nothing. It was really a good day. No wind. I mean, we were in the shop anyway, but so like I say, it was right around 75 degrees. And I just don't understand it. I've never had that happen before. So I don't know if something's wrong with that sealer, or did they give me the wrong hardener for it? And I don't know. But we made it get on there. But he told me I messed cleaning the guns. Couldn't hardly get the needle out of them. Hey, CCI, how's it going? I had it wide open. I couldn't get no more to come out of it. It was clogging up in the gun, turning into mud. Hey, Deborah. So, I don't know. Bought one of them, like I say, one of them low volume, low pressure guns. It'll be here, I don't know, first of the week. And we'll try that and see. I think you said it was what is it, R500? I think is what it's called. Yeah, I wish I knew more about it. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I like to paint. I just don't know what I'm doing. If it weren't for YouTube watching videos on guys painting cars, I wouldn't know nothing about it. Brand of sealer, it was a Acme brand. It come from Napa. They sell Martin Senior paints and all, but it was Acme. And like I say, it was a 4-to-1 ratio. And it acted like there was just way too much hardener in it. I really come close to putting some damn reducer to it because it just seemed so thick when I was mixing it. It just, the hardener didn't seem to thin it up any or dilute it any. I didn't reduce it because it didn't call for it, but I wished I had now. I mean, that was kind of late once I got started, but I really wished I'd had reduced it some. Would have made a difference. So that's all new to me. I told my buddy, I said, man, we're going back to Rust-Oleum. I know what to do with that. I can make it do something. Well, see, that's what I had read. They say not to reduce it, but I was talking to a guy that used to paint a lot of cars, and he told me he's reduced it up to 10%. He said he never went over 10%, but he has reduced it that much because he just couldn't get it to flow unless he did. So I don't know, maybe Maybe that's what I should have done. You know, but I figured, yeah, I figured, you know, that when they said, you know, 4-1, that knew more than I did. So that's, but it just ain't thick, you know, that it all thick like primer before you thin it, you know. It was, yeah, 1.4 tips what I was using. Almost just splattering coming out of the gun, you know, spitting and all, just didn't want to flow. Hey, Mike, how we doing? So I don't know, you know. We'll get it though. We'll get it figured out. I mean, shoot, I lost my train of thought. You know, if I can lay just the charcoal when we sprayed it, you know, it laid on just as pretty and slick. You know, no problem. The clear laid on pretty good. Then we decided to change up on the color stuff, you know, so sanded it all down and I was going to put sealer over it to blend everything the same color. And, oh boy, did we mess up then. But anyway, it is what it is. But I know one thing, if I spray any more sealer, it's going to get some thinner put in it or some reducer. That's for sure. Hey, Buck, how we doing, buddy? So, you know, live and learn painting. I don't know what you know, gun I've ordered now has got a 1.3 tip, a 1.4, and a 1.8. I don't even know what you would do with a 1.8. I have no idea. Primer, maybe? I guess. And maybe sealer if I'd have had it. Might would have. I was running between, I started out at about 22-pound air, and I shot it on up to 30, and it seemed to do a little better, but 30 as high as I went. So you see, that's I'm about out of knowledge. That's the, you know, 60-gallon air compressors have plenty of air, but it just splattered it real bad. Looked like you were spraying bedliner stuff almost. 28 to 30 is where it should have been. Well, I mean, I was close. I was right there at 30, which, you know, that's depending on whose gauge you're looking at, because every one of them will read different a little bit. But yeah, you know, I was 30, somewhere right there at it. I mean, beautiful when you sprayed a pattern on a piece of cardboard or something, you know, it looked great, pretty and smooth, even. But God almighty, it wouldn't lay down. But once it started drying, it did. It laid right on down. Hey, 6%. When I cat, I was doing. I was shocked how much it laid down. Because I swear I was dreading going looking at it this morning. We got to sand all that mess off. Yeah, but no, it's good. 2 or 3 little specks of trash in it. You got to adjust them tomorrow. Well, I don't know. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow, so we may not paint. So we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe a good thing to wait till that other gun get. CC, how long can I wait with that sealer before I got to do something with it? As far as painting over top of it, do you have any idea? That's what I was curious. You know, is that sealer going to be all right for several days, a week before I put color on it? That's something I really don't know. They're all different, no doubt. Yeah, this one, I thought I read somewhere on it 4 to 7 days. Okay. Well, I may have to go ahead and put on it this weekend. Do something because it's already 24 hours old. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But tell you what, that damn sealer's got some gloss. It'll sure show you if you got a bad place of body work. Got a little divot on the top we've been trying to fix, and I swear the more we work on it, the worse it gets, it seems like. Acme is ACME is the name of that sealer. Yellow and black can. Come from Napa. You know, like I said, they sell Morton Senior paints, but this may be a whole different deal. You know, the Acme. Oh, I forget. You had to use like a F11 or F12 hardener, and they give me a F12, and I don't know what the difference between 11 and 12 hardener would be. So, yeah, this paint stuff, buddy, is something else. Hey, first responders, how we doing, man? Yeah. That's about feel. So we'll get it figured out. You know, it's I thought about going over there and talking to the boys at Napa and telling them they were a sealer. You know, see if they give me the wrong activator or what, or this mess just weren't no good, or was it just my fault? You know, I don't know. And all I know is just mixed it up by what the direction said and went with it. But anyway, it is what it is. There's the message on here. Right there. And right there. Yeah, there's some I won't jump on. There's the link anyway. JB, we got my transmission ready to go yet? I just watched the video a while ago. I didn't know how long you'd had that one out. See, that's what I was thinking about doing tonight, and I got sidetracked with a buddy of mine this evening, so I never got back to it. He flipped one of his dump trucks over yesterday. He had to tell me all about all that. Rode it over in a canal, but luckily he was okay, so yeah, that's all good. That on $100,000 dump truck is an enamel sealer. Now you asking me something I don't know. CCI, I can't answer that, buddy. I don't know. How would I know that other than reading the can? Hey, Tim. So it is on the can. I know, man. It almost smells just like Rust-Oleum paint. It don't even smell like automotive paint. You know, it just don't have that good car paint smell. So I don't know. But we'll say we'll make it work when we're at yeah. JB, I still got them two $700 if you need them, man. You and Lars need to make a road trip and come down here and get them. Yeah, I got a guy got up with me, keyboard jockeys. That's probably the best thing, Andy. But the too low air pressure and or lack of hardener. I figured it had too much hardener in it, if anything. You know, but yes, sir, Tim. Thank you. Yeah, I got a guy got it with me the other day. He's wanting me to build him a 383 to go in his 69 Camaro he bought. But I don't think he's ready for the price, though. I got talking to him about it, and he just didn't realize. You know, you go putting a Ford's rotating assembly and all this good stuff, set aluminum heads, roller cam, street motor, you know, so he still wants good stuff. I told him, man, you're going to eat $10,000 up. You know, that just, because he has nothing. You know, don't have a block, he don't have anything. Carburetor, distributor, nothing. So the bill is probably going to be close to 10,000. You're right. You know, he was really wanting to try to pin me down on that because he was trying to, well, how much are the heads or how much is the cam? How much does the machine work? Rotating assembly. You know, so man, I told him like it was. I said, you know, I'm going to do it. I'll do it by the hour for you, but clearance in the block, you can spend 6-7 hours on that easy. It's time consuming. That's right, first responder. So, you know, I told him it didn't matter to me. He'd get me to build it somebody else. I really didn't care. I had enough projects going on. It didn't matter. I said, deer season's coming in a few months. I ain't worried about it. Well, that comes September. I'm going to be deer hunting. I'm not going to worry about it a whole lot. We'll still pedal in the shop, but I'm going to deer hunt more than anything. Well, I got 2 grandsons that love to hunt. Well, one's 4 years old. He don't know he loves to hunt yet, but he will. So, yeah, that's not truthful, Sonder. I mean, I've done electrical work for 30 years, and that's you're yeah, you're all over because it's always a lot more than you expect. It's the little things too, you know, plugs, wires, daggone freeze plugs, cam bearings, you know, little stuff, block plugs, and you know, all this kind of mess adds up. Water pump, all this harmonic balancer. There we go. Keep right on and on. You know, it all adds up quick. Dear, you talking about like this? Well, Don, our bow season, archery starts September, normally around September 12th. I hadn't even looked this year. And then there's 3 or 4 weeks of archery. Then it goes 2 weeks of black powder, which takes you to the middle of October. And then rifle season is from typically October 13th, 14th, along in there, to January 1st. So that's, that's what here's, and, we run between me and Barry, my buddy. I think we've probably got 45 or 50 trail cameras we'll have out. And anytime you're putting out corn to most of these cameras and moving cameras, you can spend a lot of time up there on the side-by-side going from camera to camera. We got a bunch of cell cameras too, so that helps. Yeah, but you ain't missed a whole lot, Terry, man. We've been talking about painting cars and deer hunting. Deborah might bring some banana pudding tonight, but she ain't done it. Terry, you still working on that 460? Maryland's the same for bow season, Andy. September 12th, 15th. Yeah, that's where ours comes in, 12th, 15th, somewhere right along in there. Build a freezer and keep your cash out of the grocery store. Me cooling. You got that right. I mean, when they changed the law on us, we used to could kill 4 bucks and 3 or 4 does. I can't remember which. Hey, Sean, what's happening? But now they changed us to we can only kill two bucks per year and six does, I think it is. But, I wish you could too, Deborah. I'm hungry now. We aren't even talking about it. These 5-gallon buckets that I yeah, she needs a freezer truck or refrigeration truck. Okay, you working on the head for the 55? What kind of heads are they? Is it just old double hump heads, or was that a big block in that? Yeah, well, here and you can go buy more doe tags, if you want to. But growing up, you couldn't shoot any does here. There was no doe season. And I was probably 13, 14 years old, and I shot a big old doe one time, and man, Daddy liked to beat the hide off me for shooting that doe. So I still ain't liking shoot does. That's been 50 years ago. I ain't about shooting a bunch of does. If you ain't got horns, I ain't shooting him. So I don't know. Aluminum World Products heads for a small block. Okay. Are you hogging them out pretty heavy or just cleaning them up? Yeah, I left a daggone about 1.5 inches of paint in the paint mixing cup of that sealer yesterday. Went out there and looked at it this evening. That mess turned to look like a rubber hockey puck now. It's dried all the way through. Surprised me. I figured it would have just crusted over on the top and been still wet inside. But it weren't. ASA, what you gonna do for a set of pistons? Well, rods, what you gonna do? I was watching your video a while ago. If I could make it happen, I'd just buy me a brand new set of pistons. I mean, hell, cast pistons are cheap. You know, you need to have a matching set of pistons and maybe get you a set of rods. The rods, you know, they're not that expensive. At least all your balance would be good. Okay. Are you videoing them? Or is that top secret stuff? You gonna go with that 351, ain't you? Yeah, all those ASO. I know you good and well you're gonna go with that 351. I would have. Sneak attack. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. I mean, that's what I would do. Well, there's the link if anybody wants to join in. Hey, Smitty, how we doing, man? Well, we kind of drifted off onto a Ford a little bit, and I want to see him make that Thunder Chicken run. Oh, you gonna wait till you're finished with them and then show them? You're porting heads is time consuming. You're right, first responder. You're right. I don't know if we just don't want to do it twice, or we're just cautious about the money now and pay more attention to it. But I've done it, man. We have took old 283s and messed back when I was 16, 17 years old, didn't have no money, and have took copper flashing. My dad was a carpenter. He always had a roll of copper flashing in the back of his truck, and we have many times pulled the main bearings and rod bearings out of a motor and cut copper shims and put under the bearings to tighten the daggum clearances up and run them. We drove them like we stole them, man. We blow it up, we blow it up. We didn't care. But, you know, that's what gets me. Everybody talks about, oh, my God, you can't mix up a set of lifters, head bolts. They got to go back in the same spot. You got to do shit. We throwed all that mess in a bucket and throwed it all back together and run with it. You know, it never had no trouble other than self-inflicted trouble. I mean, you could turn old stock 283s and 8,000 messing and floating the valves in them. Yeah, they can't live, but we didn't care. Shoot, they were everywhere. Yeah. Those got a great set of heads. They got good springs and they're already ported. Well, then they need to be on that 351. Make that thing sing. Well, that ASO, you got a cam for that 351, or are you going to use the one out to 302, or are they the same? I don't even know if they're the same or not. Hippie, I mean, that's what we used to do. I mean, hell, we didn't have no money. Pull them old shim, the metal head gaskets off, those shim metal head gasket thin ones. hang them up, put 2 or 3 coats of aluminum paint on them, and put them rigs right back on there and go again. Everybody, oh my God, you can't do that. Well, we did many, many times. But I was rough on motors. And in high school, when I turned 16, I had a 66 Chevy 2 Nova, 283 with a 4-speed in it. Of course, that caught hell all the time. Then I got a 66 Impala Super Sport. Then I got a 69 Z28. Yep, and we use some copper coat in a minute too, buddy. Silicon. But we fix them on we go back on during the week and street race at nights and mess and tear them up. Get digging in the junk pile and fix another one. Yeah, first responder. You're exactly right. I mean, everybody's trying to get all these tight tolerances, and a loose motor is a fast motor. I mean, and I got a good friend, man, lives 5-6 miles from me, that builds drag race motors all his life. He built for 60-some different races across the world, really. Australia, motors go everywhere. He was a big NHRA guy in pro stock trucks and pro stock cars. Yeah, he'll tell you, man, 99% of the time, rod bolts will give you more trouble than anything else as far as blowing a motor up. But no, he's a 10,000 RPM motor too. He loves to turn one. Hey, Dean, how we doing, man? You gonna slid in here? But yeah, loose is fast. I'm with you, so I knew exactly what you were doing when you were talking about doing that. I guess if you're going with a bunch of nitrous or turbos or something, then yeah, you probably need a lot better bolts and a lot better head gaskets and all this kind of stuff. But just for naturally aspirated little hot rod motor, he ain't got to be as precision as everybody makes them out to be. I mean, it gets me. They sit there and all these guys want to file fit every ring to the 10,000ths and the bearing clearances is this and that and the other thing. But they don't even check the deck height on the block from one corner to another. Or how square the heads are, that kind of stuff. There's a whole lot of other things to be done. But whatever. I'm going to do what I do and do how I do them, and that's going to be it. So I've been watching one guy. I've never seen my body do it in my life. Bolt a set of heads on and put the rockers and all push rods and all that stuff in, and then come back and go to torque them. That's right, they are. Well, you get it balancing, blueprint the block. You get what you put into it. You just throw a bunch of junk together, you got a bunch of junk. But you get everything balanced out and equal, it's happy. It'll live a lot longer. But anyway, there's a guy, I ain't never in my life seen anybody do that, put heads on, the rockers on, push rods, torque them down, and then come back and pull one bolt out at a time and put pipe dope on them. I don't know, whatever. Look like a lot of extra work to me. But I don't know. Whatever he wants to do is fine. But, yeah. Andy, I'll tell you whose channel it is. You can we'll go watch it sometime. Remind me about it and I'll tell you. Hey, so you do junk like that just to aggravate people and see how many people will comment about it. Got you figured out. You doing it for fun. Making it look like you ain't cleaning nothing or honing nothing or just chunking together. Uh-huh. I got you figured out. So yeah, you're 15,000 down. Mine's been well, my 383 is zero decked. It's it's trued up, and I have two cams. Cam in the 69 with a Comp Extreme. Okay. That's a little more cam than what the other one is, isn't it? Dean, you can come up with some stuff now. I don't know where in the world you come up with all these damn sayings. But you sure do. Yeah, I don't like putting them down in the hole. I don't. I like to pull the deck on down to them. But that's just racing stuff. Okay, ASO. It seems like that comp cam may be a little more cam than what the other one was. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, that was 327 I got. I think we checked in. I think it was daggone 7 or 8 thousandths down, and that's more than I wanted, but it is what it is. It was going to be just a little street motor anyway. Maybe somewhere around 10 thousandths. I can't remember. But anyway, but those pistons got 120 thousandths dome on them. So that does help bring it back up some. So ASO, when we're going to do something with the 327, the 351? Is it ready to go, or you got to freshen it up? Yeah. Yeah, John, I'm with you about 5,000 down in the hole. I don't want to be much more than that. I really don't. Huh. Well, Dean, that's taught me something. I didn't know that. What power you can get out of LF facts. Aluminum expands twice as much as steel per temperature. So the harder you get it, the looser it is. Yeah, the LS is all right, man. It's just not me. Just not me. Maybe someday, but I got you, Dave. Did you find a motor for it? Okay, well, good deal. Hey, Lars, how you doing? Yeah, well, man, when GM hired those daggone couple Ford engineers, and they took the best of a Ford and best of a Chevrolet and put it together, and now you got an LS. It does pretty good. You and Lars working on everything, ain't you? Dean's in the world of his own. I don't know. He can come up with some crazy stuff. But anyway, you gonna have your garden, JB? Is that what you're doing? Getting ready with a tiller in the garden? Hell, everybody done got their garden planted around here. They shoot up and putting off for 4 years. It took 5 seconds. Hammer, that sounds like me. Just like me. More engine history. The Magnum engine is way underrated. In stock form, the MLS gasket and ARP head bolts. Test was done. They kept adding boost till something blew. It was the rod bolts. Yeah, I believe that. Typically, that's what my buddy says. Is that what you're gonna put in that 388, Sean? Them old 30-30 cams or whatever were some good sounding little things to me. Yeah, I mean, shoot, man. Gardens have been done around here. Magnum done 850 foot-pound at 3,400 with 580 horsepower. And then throw the rod bolts out of it. I got you, Sean. That thing's going to be sweet. So you got to fix the garden and then go keep the garden up too. Hey, yeah, that's about normal. That's about normal. Hey, Shop Cat. What kind of compression ratio you gonna have, Sean? Any idea yet? You gonna put that little 388 in a S10, or we got a car you gonna put it in? Bad thing is I don't have a car to put it in. Yeah, man, I'm about as bad. Now I got 3 motors sitting out there on the engine stands, and I ain't made up my mind what I'm gonna do with any of them. I mean, I could put the 18 degree 377 in the S10, but then it's not streetable. I could put the 383 in there and be streetable. Probably not be real happy with the power. We'll put the 327 maybe in the 65 C10. I don't know. But what I'll do is take the 377, pull the pistons and rods out of it, and calm the compression down in it some, put some steel rods in it, put it back on it, make a street motor out of it. That'd probably be the smart thing to do. So, yeah, Sean, once in a while he does, yeah. Yep, every now and again. But he don't typically stay very long. He comes in um, Sean, have you got started on that 388 yet? Shooting for 10-9, 10-5 to 1. Okay. That'd be a good little motor. That's man, without looking back on my paperwork, that's right there where mine's at. If I remember correctly. I don't know how they are. But they're high dollar here if you find a 72 Nova that's in any kind of shape. But I mean, shoot, man, you find a decent Nova around here, you're gonna pay $12,000-$14,000 for it. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we turn around and put some daggone. Buddy of mine bought a 2023 F-150 4-wheel drive with a 14,000 pound towing capacity on it. And he's got a 30-foot camper. So we put some kind of coil spring rigs under that thing yesterday that hooks on the back of the leaf spring and hooks up to the front of the overload springs like a set of shackles. And then you got a big coil spring in between. And you tighten that thing down to a certain amount. Supposed to stop the truck from porpoising with a heavy load. Sean, that boy's supposed to bring his truck up here for me to work on sometime this week. That's got that set of dart heads. And I'll see if I can't find out something for you on them things. So I know he had the heads and intake, and all three of them, they matched, the match set. And he's going to want something else because they're too much head for him, for that motor. But he's had issues. He ain't been able to get the truck up here to me, and he's supposed to bring it this week. We better hurry up this week, about half over. But, I don't know. He can't get it running. I don't know what he's done to it. Because he brought it up here and I put that new carburetor on it before we even got it set. And he left here and the thing was smoking the tires. He was happy, tickled to death. And they said it won't even start. But then he went and played with the distributor and started playing with the carburetor. They ain't tell him what he's got. Yeah, so I want your autograph. You had some many people mad with you and telling you how wrong you are and all that good stuff. It's what's really funny. You get a daggone comment on a video, what you dumb for doing what you done and all this kind of stuff, and you look back and it's a video you made a year ago. Say, hell, I had to go look at the video and see what I was dumb about. I didn't even remember it. That's right, Dean. Anybody wants to jump in, there's the link right there. So, but yeah. Won't stop and carry a big stick. Exactly, Dean. Yeah. Just stay under the radar. And then when you need to jump up, you can. So, anyway, I tell you, I learned how to build a damn 700R from JB because I sure don't know how to build one. I ain't never messed with one. Yep. Yeah, JB's having a blast with that transmission too, acting like he don't have a clue what he's doing, throwing chunk in it and second guessing himself right continuous. He's funny watching him. Yeah, daggone rollback. You were talking about that the other day. I got to looking on Marketplace. Boy, them things are proud. They proud of them rigs. You spend $120,000, $30,000 on a rollback in a minute. So you're almost done with the transmission, JB? Yeah, my neighbor over here, he was up over here to the shop the other day. We were talking about 700Rs because he loves them. He loves to build them. And he was talking about some of them had some had four. You seem like pretty good. Yeah, I reckon so. It's like it's trying to rain, storm in all this mess. But anyway. All right, well, I reckon I'm back for now anyhow. We'll see how long this lasts. But we got thunderstorms coming, so that may be what's messing my stuff up. But yeah, my buddy was sitting there talking about him $700 and this and that and the other thing. I said, man, you better hush. I don't even know what you're talking about. I mean, I recognize some of the names of the parts, but I'm not a transmission guy. Yeah, everybody should 05 renewal. Shoot, man. I mean, yeah, if you could find you like an 80s model that's been in decent shape, especially if you could find one that like a body shop had, that would be the deal. But Dean, I'm gonna have to agree, buddy, because I ain't got no better at. But yeah, I was just shocked how, I mean, you see old rollback in the backyard that they ain't drove in years, want $10,000 for them, a mess. That's crazy to me. Lawson and the 51 wholesale, which started me on this whole journey. Huh. That's kind of interesting, Shop Cat. I have to you, buddy, because I don't know. But you know you, Sean. Give me an old Power Glide. I can rebuild that thing in 2 hours, and ready to go racing again. But you start stacking all them clutch packs, man, you got that $700. Good God, I reckon. I'd need a book to take it apart and put it back together. And a damn big old table to lay parts out on. Probably would never work again. I'm with you, Dean. Yeah. I mean, a blind man can rebuild a Power Glide. And it just work. I don't know, man. I've run turbo 350s, 400 Power Glides, all of them on the drag strip behind in the same car. and none of them relatively changed ET or the mile per hour. I think the Power Glide was a little more consistent, because we just had one shift. But as far as one taking more power than another one to run, I don't know that there's enough difference to say so. Yeah, we just first responder. That's what we've started doing. Just talking about old hot rods and just good old stuff, that we know. I can't talk about an LS because I don't know nothing about them. And a 4L60 and 80 and all that good stuff, I don't have no clue. So, I watch your stuff, man, and learn more from that than I do. I'm just old school. I mean, I got a couple Turbo 350s out in the shop now that they'll go into something. A real nice 200R that's been built, and it's got a bunch of good stuff in it. It'll probably go in that 65, just so I have something with overdrive. But the Turbo 350 that I'm gonna put in the S10, it's supposed to have aftermarket planetaries in it, and it's got a trans brake in it, reverse valve body, manual reverse valve body. Got an Ultra Bell on it and got the big heavy cast pan on the bottom of it. So it's pretty solid transmission. Sean, I don't blame you, buddy. If I could find one, that's what I would want to. I would love to have a 68 to 72 Nova. Stick that 383 in it and in a 4-speed. Or if you could find a 5-speed so you'd have a little overdrive in it, would be fine. But that would be the car to have. That would be a lot of fun to play with. But like I say, man, they're trying to find one around here. Was it Shop 209? Old boy out of Georgia. Man, he's addicted to Novas. I ain't no telling how many of them things he's got. And keep finding them. But if you find one around here, you're going to pay, let's say, $12,000 or $14,000 for it. And it's in good shape. Not great, but good. Or it's rusted slam out. And I know there's a 70 Chevelle, a super sport car, big block car, 4-speed, has been sitting in the yard for, I retired in 17, and it was there 3 or 4 years before I retired, so somewhere around, we'll say 2013, it's been sitting right there in that same spot, has not been moved. And they're going to fix it up, and they ain't never touched it. They ain't even moved it out of the same spot. It's been sitting in the same, it ain't been moved 6 inches in all these years, in 10 years. But they won't sell it for love of the money. They won't do it. I mean, I know where a 67 Camaro is that I had never seen one before, but it was a 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column with bucket seats. Come that way from the factory. Has only got 30,000 miles on it in a scrap yard. It got rear-ended and it could be fixed. No, not that big a deal, especially with the parts you can get now. But the guy won't sell it. I mean, well, he would, but he died, and his wife owns the scrapyard, and she won't let nothing go out of there now. It's kind of sad, that there's a few old Novas and Chevelles, a couple Camaros, one or two split bumper Camaros sitting in there, and there was a Challenger or Cuda, couple Road Runners. There's some of everything, Mustang. There's some of everything in there. I mean, the junkyard has been shut down for 15, 20 years. And it was old stuff in there then. But trees are growing all up through all of it now. It's done. I mean, I don't know how you'd get a car out of there. Hell, you had to get a helicopter to lift it up out of there, I reckon. If you could get it. Yeah, I mean, Terry, I don't understand that. If you're not going to fix it, either you don't have the finances to fix it or the ability or whatever, why hold it? Why not let somebody else have it that's going to do something with it? I don't know. Good idea, Dean. Yep, that'll work. Oh, hey. I ain't tired. Anyway, it's been good, though. But, yeah, I mean, like I say, I know there's a couple 69 or 70, I'm not sure which, Mach 1 Mustangs. Their pond straw is up around them almost to the door handles now. They've been sitting there that long, and that guy won't sell them. There's a 68 or 69 El Camino. The guy stripped it completely down to nothing but chassis and body. Had it blasted and primed, and it's been sitting out in his yard 20 years, I reckon. But you can't get it. He won't sell it. He's going to fix it. No, he ain't going to be rusted till I'm away. But I just don't understand people that won't, I guess everybody runs into issues where they, maybe they had the money and then something happened and they didn't have it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of it around here. I've been able to daggum old Ford Focus or something like that, that nobody wanted. You can get them, but a G body or something of that sort, just can't find them. Anyway. Yeah, so last weekend, somebody was at Rico Drag Strip, not far from here. Had some kind of grudge race going on. And it was like a 2008 or 9, or maybe 2010 Camaro, like kind of like the Fireball Camaro, but it was a full-blown drag car and a square-bodied S10. Them two guys grudge racing and got together down there on the big end and tore both cars all to pieces. Put them both in the hospital. Pretty bad. I saw 72 number that way. I stopped to see if they would sell it. It just rusted it to the ground. Then they junked it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man, there's old dude around here that buys old junk cars. And I knew there was a 67 Impala. I really didn't want it, but it had a 327 in it with 300 heads on it and a power glide. I really just wanted the power glides, all I really wanted, but I was going to buy it. Damn, people wouldn't sell that car, wouldn't sell it. Come by the junk man's place the other day, and there he had it loaded on the trailer, headed to the scrapyard with it. And but he wouldn't sell nothing off. I mean, you're going to go scrap it. Why not take the transmission out of it? Hell, I'll give you one, old turbo or something. One of them $700 I got, throw in it for the weight if that's what he wanted. But perfectly good little set of double hump heads and 327 and a power glide gone. That weren't no reason to be. But he has a way of getting them cars. I don't know how he does it, but he's got a way of talking to people. He did find something the other day that was kind of cool. I come by his place, and he had a 65 or 66 C30 old wrecker truck. Now that was a cool looking old truck. Still had the boom on it and all that stuff and the cables and all. It's old, just an old school wrecker. But he says he's going to keep that. You know, we'll see. Yeah, Terry, them boys, they said they were okay. They were just beat up, and both of them were still in the hospital. So they'd probably be there in the hospital all week. But the cars, both of them were the S10 and the Camaro, both were just total losses. They burnt to the ground, both of them did. But it looked like, from what the video I saw, the boys got, the Camaro was a little bit ahead of the S10 when they crossed the finish line. And the Camaro just, I don't know if he blew a tire or what happened, but he was in the right lane, and it just all of a sudden turned 90 degrees and headed straight across the track and T-boned that S10. And both of them went to barrel rolling from there. It was bad. But I reckon they lived to race another day, you know. All right, Deborah. I enjoyed you being here. We'll see you next time. So it's but yeah, I mean them boys had, I don't know, they were big. Just listening to the video, and them were some big blocks in them things. The Camaro had a big old tunnel ram, or sheet metal tunnel ram, with two Dominators stuck way up there in the hood, high at the top of the car. And he purging nitrous and purging nitrous and purging nitrous, and the S10 over there about the same big block in it, and purging, you know, and all that power now on a small tire too. That can get ugly real quick. Yeah, so but anyway, you know, and I don't know, the guy in the Camaro had a parachute on the car, but I think it happened so quick he didn't have time to pull the parachute. It wouldn't have done any good, I don't think. I think it just happened so quick. They weren't no straightening that car out. They're lucky to be alive, that's for sure. And I saw her, old Lizzie Musey, Pat Musey's daughter. She got them stage 4 breast cancer, and then got cancer showed up in her liver. I don't know how that's going to work out for her. Hopefully it works out good, but yeah, I don't know. Well, she said she was going to raise no prep kings this year anyway, as much as she could. She's tough. But anyway. Well, guys, I'm sitting here about to fall asleep. I've enjoyed it. And I think we will talk again next week. How about that? All right. Appreciate it, guys. And we will see y'all later.